Hey everybody. This is Donnie back with you again. Man, week 7, it's hard to believe we're on the downslope of our 10-week series, Spiritually Sufficient, Locally Sustainable. Thank you all for checking in. Last week we were talking about living water, and the whole theme of last week was Christ being our living water. And since God is a spirit, we have to worship him in spirit and truth. And we also talked a little bit about how to read a topographic map. So we talked a few weeks ago about doing a proper site survey for your property or where you're at. Maybe it's in your community, maybe it's a fishing location or a hunting lease that you go to, and really understanding where water collects and how water moves through swells and the contours and the earth's surface. You know where water collects at, so that way you can reclaim it, reuse it. We showed you some ways to purify. We have a Big Pro Pure filter at our house. It does a fantastic job of getting all the sediments and the metals out of our water, and we also have a well. So just in your area, make sure that you have clean water to drink and that you can use it and reclaim it, whether it's watering your garden, watering your animals, and just even long-term storage. And we also talked about the necessity, if you live in a flood-prone area, to have flood insurance. So I encourage y'all to check out the FEMA website. It has an interactive tool. You can enter your address and see if you live in a floodplain, and if you do, give a local insurance agent a call and see how you can be fully protected. So really this week, we're talking about Flora and Fauna. It's just a fancy name for plants and animals. And up until this week, we 1 through 6, we talked about the mindset. We talked about some tools you should have, your structures, your shelters, how to deal with the elements. So in your area, you can use your specific elements and the tools and the shelter at your disposal to achieve your strategic plan. So it all builds together upon itself. And really this week, once we have our mindset and our strategy in place, and we have our equipment and our tools, and we know what elements we need to survive, then we can start implementing plants and animals into your sustainable strategy. So this week, we're gonna show you what we do with our plants and animals. I mean, out here for the animals outside of us and the kids, we have dogs, we have donkeys, we have pigs, we have rabbits, we have guineas, we have chickens, we have goats, and then the stray cats come around, but also the wildlife. We have plenty of snakes, we have raccoons, we have possums, even seen some bobcat tracks around, plenty of armadillos. So there's plenty of wildlife around, and also knowing how to use those to your advantage are gonna help you achieve your sustainable strategy. And then with the plants we have around, we purposely, when we moved here, started planting fruits and vegetables that we know not only we would enjoy, but give us sustainment and nourishment. So we have everything from fig trees that we planted, blackberry bushes, apple trees, and then in the garden, obviously, we have a little bit of everything. The tomatoes are growing really good this year. Our peppers are exploding. We have watermelon growing now, kale, squash, zucchini, cucumbers. If you can look right behind me, the sunflowers are doing fantastic. The okra is exploding. It's about that time of the year for the okra to get going again. So stick with us this week. We'll give you some tips and some tricks on how to leverage your tools, your experience, your mindset, all the elements in your location to get you started with some animals and with some plants. So we hope you have a great afternoon, great evening, and stay tuned with us.